Let me tell you guys about BellyUpSports. BellyUpSports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. BellyUpSports is the premier, not your average website.
Apparently, it's happening. If Fabrizio Romano has, he's the Woj of the soccer community. He stated it that in the coming days, Real Madrid's going to make it official, and Kylian Mbappe will be officially a Madrista. It took I don't know how many years at this point. I don't even know if I want Mbappe now, to be brutally honest. Because look, I don't know if it's just Jose also kind of putting things in my head, and also my hesitancy too, now that I think about it. But I just don't know if he's a fit to Real Madrid now. If that makes any sense. And I'm sure Kelcey is it's fucking Kylian Mbappe.
I get it though. I actually get what you're saying. Let me be. Go ahead.
I should probably also I know I might make this the clip. I know a bunch of Madridistas are going to come on and call me a Barca fan for some weird reason, even though I'm literally wearing the fucking kit. But it's just that, and it's not. And I mean, I praise Kylian Mbappe. I've said a lot of good things about Kylian Mbappe. I've made a ton of clips of this whole ordeal with PSG and Real Madrid. And like I said, I won't believe it until I finally see him holding that Real Madrid jersey, holding that, making it all official and everything. That's when I'll finally believe it. But it seems like more than likely it's going to happen for Kylian Mbappe. My only concern is that where is he going to play? And obviously everyone's like, well, no shit, striker. Which, that's the thing I'm worried about. I don't know if he really is a 9, if that makes any sense to anybody. But because if you really think about it, he's more of a creative player. I mean, he could do it. He can honestly do it all. But when it comes to him being able to be creative on the wing, he seems to be best suited in that role. And obviously the big talk was going to be who's going to be the odd man out on the wings, because obviously Vinicius Jr., which that guy's going to be untouchable. I'm pretty confident to say that he's probably going to win the Ballon d'Or this upcoming one. Maybe a hot take, maybe not so much a hot take. Definitely should. Even despite what happens with Copa America, I think he's going to be the front runner for the Ballon d'Or. And then Rodrigo, who made it very clear he ain't going nowhere. He's heard the Man City rumors. He said, "Nah, I'm staying here in Real Madrid." That could also be the kiss of death. I don't know. I'm being hopeful for my adopted son. But I mean, do you who do you move around in that? Because I mean, Vinny's staying on the left side. I feel that that's a safe bet. Rodrigo, I can see him be the odd man out. But I mean, he hasn't done anything to say otherwise to take him out of the right wing spot either.
He hasn't?
How do you feel?
On the field, you're right. On the field, he has not. Off the field, he definitely had some interesting words this last week.
That's true. But obviously the whole plan this whole time has been for Kylian Mbappe is to be the 9, right? To be the heir apparent to Karim Benzema. That's always been at least the idea of Real Madrid. But now that I saw him essentially kind of have complaints of playing the 9 spot, we saw that he wanted to be on the wing instead of Neymar. When you remember when they had, when PSG had their trying. Mind you, it was also immensely checked out Lionel Messi. So I know people want to complain about that trying a bit. Neymar is Neymar. Mbappe apparently felt like he was out of position, and Lionel Messi kind of just didn't want to be there. So take that with a grain of salt. But it seemed that he doesn't like playing that 9 spot. But is it because PSG was a different story and this is Real Madrid and he'll do whatever Carlo Ancelotti tells him to do? That's where I'm worried about. And I don't know. I don't necessarily think he will be. I think he'll be happy that he's in Real Madrid. Clearly, he's going to be happy with being at Real Madrid. And I'm sure the team is going to teach him how to fall in line with the Madrista way. But my worry is just, where is he going to play? If he plays the 9, can he play the 9 in the way that Carlo Ancelotti is going to want him to play it?
Yeah. It's interesting, though, because I don't think Real Madrid system necessarily has a 9 in a lot of ways. Their 9 is whoever's in the box at the last pass. Like, that seems to be their number 9. It's Jude Bellingham, it's Rodrigo, it's Vinny Jr. Like, take your pick. They're all in the box there for the final pass at different points in time, but they attack from so many different weird angles. It would allow somebody like Mbappe to come in and fit that system. It's honestly what your concern is the exact reason why I did not want Kylian Mbappe to go to Liverpool, because Liverpool, I think, would try to force him into that number 9 role. And I don't think, I don't think he's a true number 9 in the sense, as much as he's a number 9 that likes to pick up the ball deep, turn, face an opponent, and attack them, because that's his best abilities. I mean, obviously running at opponents, running past opponents for sure. And then finishing after that move is where he's best at. But interchanging with players, being able to work off somebody is where he works his absolute magic. And I think that's okay in Madrid system, which ironically, you mentioned, Madrid fans coming on and calling, Barcelona guy. Ironically, the current Madrid system might be more Barcelona-like than they'd like to admit, in the fact that everybody beyond what was Toni Kroos, whoever fills that role now, but everybody forward really interchange their own positions in a lot of ways, even to the fact where on defense, Jude Bellingham's dropping back and playing what is essentially a left mid. So I think Mbappe can fit in there. And I even think to some point it's like he's replacing Rodrigo, and Rodrigo goes and slides into that middle 3 area with Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and probably him as in the third, or Modric, depending on if Modric comes back. I don't think he is.
He is. He actually extended.
Oh, wow, he is. Oh, that's shocking. 39 years old playing for Real Madrid. That's
that man has found the fountain of youth. That man, that's in his closet. And you know what? I'm not mad that he's not telling anybody. Like,
hey, he hasn't popped a positive test yet, so that's the important thing here.
That's true.
Keep doing what you're doing. But no, I to be fair to you, I do get what you're saying with Mbappe. There is a little concern for his fit, as there is with any superstar player coming into a superstar team like Madrid. You always have that concern. The one thing I will say about Madrid and with Carlo Ancelotti, obviously nicknamed the Don, we heard it all during the celebration Saturday night, last Saturday when they lifted the trophy. He's a guy that really, as Jamie Carragher said, he gives minimal expectations to players other than, hey, go out there and play like you know how to play. So that might work out to be the best for Mbappe. But at the same time, you never know. Things happen. Weird personality mixes, are always a problem. But Madrid, as far as being able to handle that historically, not as concerned as it would be if he had gone to Liverpool in my case. But I do think, there's definitely, I can see where the concern is. I don't see it. I don't personally think it will be that bad, but you do never know in sports.
I mean, you mentioned the at least the tactics of Ancelotti, which I agree. Because I remember when if I'm thinking more so of the Benzema role, because that essentially would be what Mbappe should be playing.
What is a French striker? I mean, really?
Yeah,
Thierry Henry started it, and then now fast forward, you mentioned Benzema.
And I mean, Karim Benzema didn't necessarily always stay up front. Like, I've seen him veer off to the wing. I've seen him, even come back and defend. So, I mean, and obviously I'm not saying that Mbappe is going to go back and defend, and Benzema is just a different kind of player when he was at Madrid. And I'll add to you, that's a whole other story. But I think that when you say that, and obviously Carlo Ancelotti, who is a lot about letting the players trust their instincts, which has worked out very tremendously for them, obviously this season, and believing guys. I mean, you have Joselu, who was a cheap loan, and has come up big for Real Madrid. Came up very big many times for Real Madrid. And I mean, I think that like I said, it's probably going to also be the mentality that comes with being a Real Madrid player. Obviously the history, the standard, and I know I'm saying a lot of things that other clubs also have. Don't think I'm being the delusional Madridista by any means, but it's just a different team, especially when their identity is Champions League. Like, not many. Real Madrid has more Champions Leagues than the entire EPL does. So I mean, like,
they have more Champions League than twice as many Champions Leagues as the next closest player or team does.
Yeah, so it is insane. But I do think that like the other concern is obviously like Real Madrid has put so much work into getting this deal done. This goes all the way back like 3 summers ago now, of them trying to get Mbappe over to Real Madrid and PSG doing as whatever they can do to keep the man. And like I said, they should have sold him when they had the chance because, obviously all the drama the drama that PSG created, not necessarily Mbappe created, but what PSG created where they were benching him, which I don't know. He's still getting called up by the French national team, so he's still going to get his playing time. So I don't know what PSG was hoping to gain from it, but they still played him in crucial moments. But I don't know. The PSG, like, they shot themselves in the foot with the way they handled the Mbappe situation, the way they handled the Neymar situation, the way they handled the Messi situation. I mean, insert player name, they didn't handle it very well. But yeah, I mean, and if most people probably hate PSG anyway, so I'm sure they're happy for that. But yeah, so I'm just worried because like obviously all this hassle has came from trying to get Mbappe over here, and there's going to be immediate pressure for him, right? And I mean that happens with any big signing for Real Madrid, especially now from the way Jude Bellingham had his debut here. Like you got to follow that up now, which I'm sure Mbappe is capable of. But like now that's the expectation. Like not only is it that you have to follow up what Jude Bellingham did on his first year, especially a team coming off of a Champions League, coming off of a double, or apparently a treble. For apparently some people also count Spanish Super Cups. I apologize.
Club World Cup's coming up. You never know. Maybe it's going to be a quad.
I apologize to all the Spanish Super Cup stands.
Didn't they get the trophy over in the Arab League, the Super League, whatever they call that?
The Spanish Super Cup.
Oh, is that what they called it? Is the Spanish Super Cup? Okay.
Yeah, they just made it into a 4-team tournament where they play in Saudi Arabia. It's not a preseason tournament anymore. It's now we'll play this in January for some weird reason tournament. While we're just gonna start Copa del Rey. So
nobody ever called him smart.
I don't make the rules.
No, it's funny though. I do think Mbappe might have less pressure because Madrid pulled off the Champions League title. And what I mean by that is if they had fallen short, everybody in the offseason would probably be saying, hey, we have our missing piece now. We have the piece that'll get us to the finals and get us another trophy. And now instead, they're just like, well, we set a standard last year. Now you just have to fit in. It's almost a different way to look at it. And it might be the way that it works better for Mbappe. Maybe he doesn't need that extra pressure like we've seen with so many different players over the years come in, visit big expectations. And then
I think the pressure is a lot alleviating versus the pressure he had at PSG.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the only player there. Yeah, that's the best thing. And, that's something that even you go back to the days of Los Galacticos and Beckham and Ronaldo and that entire squad. And you had Beckham come out and say, honestly, once I got involved with the team, it was just like everybody knew what they were doing, and all I had to do was do me. And it was the best team I ever played for. It's like when you have greats that have said that in the past, and now you compare that to what they have currently, while position by position, maybe not as great, for what they are as a squad from top to bottom with the management they have. I mean, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat to go into a better situation if you're a player, and especially a player like Mbappe, where you've been to the pinnacles of everything. You just haven't won anything yet.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's tough.
You definitely alleviated some of my concerns, but we'll see what happens come the day it's official. But like I said, the only reason why I'm talking about it now is because Fabrizio Romano, like I said, he's the Woj of soccer. So if he says it, more than likely it's going to happen.